Hello and welcome to the AI Experience News Roundup. Here's a look at the latest headlines and key developments in the world of AI, all in under 10 minutes.
If you think about what happened from GPT-3 to 3.5 to 4, it just got smarter.
The field became known as artificial intelligence.
Can machines really think?
When the US military uses AI to interpret the world, should we be impressed or worried? In an article published by MIT Technology Review, we learned that the US Marines recently ran a bold experiment. For the first time, a military unit used GenAI not just to gather intelligence, but also to analyze it and make suggestions for action. Here's what happened. A team of Marines on a mission in the Pacific was given access to AI language models. These tools scanned huge amounts of public information, news articles, social media, videos, photos, then translated and summarized them to create reports for commanders. The goal? To work faster and more efficiently in high-pressure situations. The AI tools came from a startup backed by the Pentagon with $99 million in funding. The company built a chatbot-like system, similar to ChatGPT, that's designed specifically for military use. It can handle data in 80 languages and even collect hard-to-reach information from countries like China. So what does it matter? Because this isn't just about AI for drones or computer vision anymore. This is about using AI to help make strategic decisions, and that comes with serious risks. One Marine officer said that AI saved time, but admitted that everything still had to be double-checked. Not everyone is convinced. A leading AI safety expert warns that language models often make mistakes, and in military situations, even small errors can be dangerous. One of the most controversial uses is sentiment analysis, trying to decide if a foreign article sounds friendly or hostile. But this is very subjective, even for a human. If the AI gets it wrong, thinking a country is a threat when it's not, or missing a real danger, the results could be serious. And this was just a test, but the US Department of Defense is already planning to spend another $100 million to expand the program. Other countries like Israel are also using AI in military operations, raising big ethical questions. So here's the big question. How much of our decision-making are we willing to hand over the machines? What if the future of fast food wasn't in the fryer, but in the code? In an article from the Wall Street Journal, we learned that McDonald's is launching a major tech overhaul across its 43,000 restaurants worldwide. The goal? Use artificial intelligence to make operations smoother, reduce pressure on staff, and improve the customer experience, especially as the sales slow down. The company's plan includes several technologies. First, edge computing, a system that processes data right inside the restaurants instead of sending it to the cloud. This helps McDonald's monitor kitchen equipment like fryers and ice cream machines in real time, and even predict when something might break before it causes problems. Second, McDonald's is testing computer vision to check if orders are correct before they go out, and voice AI to take orders at the drive-thru. They're also working on a virtual AI manager that could handle shift planning and help with admin tasks. So why this is interesting? Because it shows that GenAI isn't just for office workers or big tech projects. It's now being used in the everyday world of fast food, where speed and efficiency are everything. For McDonald's, AI is a way to make the job less stressful and more productive. But there are challenges. How do you roll out this kind of system across thousands of locations, some franchised, some owned by the company, and how much will it cost? There is also a marketing side to it. McDonald's wants to use AI to personalize offers based on your past orders and even the weather. For example, if you offer to buy sweet treats, the app might offer you a discount on a McFlurry during a hot day. That kind of prediction is common in online shopping, but here it's coming to physical restaurants. In short, McDonald's is becoming a real-life test lab for how AI can change the fast food industry. What they are building today could become the standard for the entire sector tomorrow. Do you need to prove you're human to get a job? In an article from the Washington Post, we discover a strange paradox in today's job market. Artificial intelligence is everywhere in hiring, but job seekers and recruiters have never felt more alone. It starts with the story of a student who applied to over 150 jobs. Most of the time, he talked to chatbots, did interviews with talking robots, and got automated emails that no one followed up on. One day, he finally spoke to a real person. He felt like a miracle. So what does job hunting look like? Every steps it filtered, scored, or written by AI. On the employer side, tools are multiplying fast. Resume scanners, video interviews analyzed by algorithms, and AI chatbots to talk to applicants. The goal is to save time, but in reality, it often breaks trust. Job seekers are adjusting. Some use AI to write cover letters and fix their resumes. Others go even further. One recruiter shared a story of canceling an interview after realizing a candidate were using a deepfake, a fake video face, to hide their real identity. This new AI arms race creates a strange loop. AI reviewing AI, recruiters trying to spot which answers were written by a machine, candidates no longer believing that anyone will actually read their application. Some companies are even AI proofing their hiring processes, asking more personal questions, doing in-person interviews, and even asking candidates to wave at the camera to prove they are real. Yes, in 2025, you might be asked to move your hand just to prove you're human. But this isn't just about catching cheaters. Experts warn that using AI as a crutch, letting it think for you, makes it harder to judge who's truly skilled. Everyone starts to sound the same. It also raises ethical concerns. In the US, Colorado just passed the first law limiting how AI can be used in hiring. Illinois is next. And the rules are coming, but the problems are already here. In the middle of all of this, some recruiters are choosing to stay human. One was surprised when candidates thanked her just for sending a personal rejection message. That's how rare the human touch has become. Maybe in this world of smart tools and automated hiring, human attention is becoming a luxury. What happens to a generation when the job market no longer needs them? In an article from New York Times, we get a powerful look at Generation X, a group of creative, talented people who helped build a digital world and are now being pushed out of it. We meet photographers, journalists, designers, directors, people who spent years perfecting their craft, their eye, their style. But now, in their late 40s and 50s, many of them find their jobs have disappeared or changed beyond recognition. How do you reinvent your career when your skills are no longer needed? That's the question many Gen X creatives are facing today. Their technical skills are losing value and they are feeling left out in industries that now favor speed, automation, and youth. AI is at the center of this shift. For many, it's not just another tool, it's the final blow in a long process of digital disruptions. Why hire a photographer when an AI can create images on demand? Why hire a writer when a prompt can generate a full script in seconds? The stories are emotional. A stylist becomes a postpartum doula. A director goes back to documentaries after the ad world dried up. A music journalist starts training as a therapist. All of them are trying to stay creative in a world where the rules and values have changed. Yes, money is tight, rent is high, kids need support, retirement feels far away, but behind all of this is something deeper, a feeling of loss, of identity, of purpose. What happens when the job that gave you meaning no longer exists? Some have decided to return to personal projects, even if they don't make money. It's just a way to say, I'm still here, I still make things. This article isn't just about a generation in crisis, it's a warning for the future. Gen X might be the first to go through this shift at midlife, but it won't be the last. As AI reshapes every field, more people will have to rethink what they do, who they are, and how they matter. And maybe as one person in the article says, Gen X's greatest strength is how they never expected much. And so, they've learned how to fight, adapt, and start over. Do you have to prove you need a human to get a new hire approved in 2025? In an article reported by CNBC in mid-April, we learned that Shopify's CEO sent a clear and for some chilling message to his employees. Don't ask for more people or more budget unless you can first show that AI cannot do the job. What if your first teammate was AI? That's the question he wants teams to ask. In his memo, he writes, what would this team look like if autonomous AI agents were already part of it? A bold question meant to spark creative ideas, but also a sign of a big shift in how work is now being organized. At Shopify, using AI is no longer a suggestion. It's now a standard, a basic expectation, and even part of the performance reviews. Employees must explain how they are using AI and why they are not. This memo marks a turning point. We are no longer in the phase of testing AI. We are entering the era on a full-on AI adoption at scale. And Shopify isn't just any company, it's one of the most innovative players in the global e-commerce, with a strong tech-driven culture. So why does it matter? Because the idea, the human skills multiplied by AI equals success, could spread far beyond Shopify. Many companies may follow the same path. But it also raises questions. Can you really require everyone to use AI tools in their daily work? And what happens to the roles or the people who can't keep up with that expectation? At Shopify, the message is clear. AI is no longer just a helpful tool, it is a requirement. That's a wrap on this week's AI News Roundup. Join me every Sunday for a new episode in English or in French, packed with expert interviews on the front lines of the AI revolution. For my French-speaking listeners, head over to the show AI Experience en Français on your favorite podcast platform. And if you liked what you heard, I'd really appreciate those 5-star ratings. Talk to you soon.